Here we are at Estero Americano, and the tide is starting to come in, so that's a good thing. We got skunked at Drake's Estero because of the Drake's oyster farm, and the parking was stacked 3 deep, and thank goodness we didn't go in there earlier today, otherwise we may never get out. Anyhow, we're going to give this a try and see how it goes. There's a lot of boaters here. Here we are in Estero Americano. It's kind of like a river that runs up from Bodega Bay through all the dairies, which sounds kind of smelly, but it actually isn't. And we came in after an hour and a half of low tide, so the tide is on its way up now. It was on its way up. The lowest tide was an hour and a half ago, which was around 12:30, and now the tide is coming up. But we're heading down toward Bodega Bay right now. We probably won't go that far, obviously, but we should have the advantage of the tide coming back when we turn around. But we're enjoying it because we got kind of skunked on Drake's Estero, so here we are in a nice peaceful place and just enjoying the views and the cloudy skies in July. So here we are at the Russian River this time, at Jenner. You see down there the dunes, that's where the water, the ocean is. And then back up this way is the Russian, and Cheryl's preparing the boat right now for launch. This is a nice little launch, unexpected. Should be a great day. Here we are at the Navarro River. It's a little more mossy than anything else we've paddled. We'll hope that the tide won't be too bad when we come back. We did see some people canoeing. There's another boat over there in the water. And there's a lot of road construction going on, so there's a lot of noise, but hopefully we won't have to hear that when we get out there. Anyhow, so this is what it looks like. So we're gonna go upstream first and then make our way back. Right, Cheryl?
That's correct.
All right. tricky first getting out, but I think it'll be fine. All right, it's the Albion. Very different from anything else we've done today. Here's one of the, according to the guidebook, here's one of the many floating structures that people live in. Some are just made up of pieces and parts that they find along the river, buoys and all that kind of stuff. See, it's got solar panels on it. So 360 degrees. Our last day of our 5-river adventure along the north coast, starting with the start of Maracano and the Russian River. Then we did the Navarro, which I think so far has been our favorite, although the Putin was interesting. Then the Albion yesterday, which was more of a working river. We actually saw boats in that one, and some interesting homes that were floating in the middle of the river. And then today we're on the big river, so we don't know what adventures are coming up, but this is Mount Mendocino, and probably the largest river and the deepest so far, outside of maybe the Russian. Well, I think I got a little salt in the lens, so I'm going to wipe that off. Anyhow, so this is the end of our little adventure, the furthest point out on the big river that we're doing, so in our last river. So you can see it is a lot more narrow, or less wide, I guess is the right way to say it. But we're heading back now toward the ocean. So we're going to be fighting a little bit of tide, and we're going to be fighting some wind, because this is our first really windy day, and clear. Take a look at that sky up there. Nice and blue. That's the first day we've seen it like that. So, anyhow, there's Cheryl doing all the work. Mush, mush, Cheryl, mush. And she is, so far we've seen osprey, sea lions, blue herons, cranes, of course seagulls, river otter, or maybe muskrat, we're not sure, and a bunch of other wildlife, mergansers, things like that, lots of birds, and that's about it. But here we go, we're heading back, and next stop, beer.